Good morning and welcome to your Thursday morning yoga class. I am sorry I missed Tuesday. I had gotten home, but my time zone still hadn't connected back to being prepared for yoga class. So here we are. So today we're going to do a little all-around kind of power yoga practice, like we often do. A couple deep sighs before we get started. Get yourself situated and celebrate that you've gotten yourself to your mat. No matter when you decided to hit play on this recording, or if you're here with me live, celebrate that you've chosen to take care of yourself, body, soul, emotions, and mind. Yoga does it all. Go ahead and get comfortable in a seated position with a long, tall spine, rooting through your sits bones and lifting with the crown of your head, as if your spine is the connection between heaven and earth, sky and mat. And from this place, begin to notice your breath, the sounds around you. Let your eyes close and the breath naturally slow down. Sensing this moment, this breath, this life. Settling in deeper and deeper into this present moment. As usual, I've randomly opened my poetry books, this time again from Dana Falls. This book is called What's True Here? And what I open to today is what I've left behind. There are many ways to leave behind my obsession with failure and that powerless sense of why even try. I can consciously release them as if tossing the ashes of the past into a swiftly moving stream. I can let them drop through a hole in my pocket, never to be found again. I can thank them for whatever safety they provided when I was very young and let them fly like a dove toward the sunrise. I can read the litany of my failures one last time and burn the page, flames carrying away every should've, every regret and excuse. I can dig a deep hole and place failure, not enoughness, and despair inside. I can shovel dirt to cover them and plant irises, a whole garden nurtured by what I've left behind. Oh, I love that poem. It's perfect for spring. Composting what we don't need into the earth and letting new, fresh growth come from that composting. It's a beautiful analogy. Letting go of your not enoughness. And celebrating success in this moment, on this mat, right here, right now. Let's go ahead and start our practice with those 3 breaths like we often do, inhaling through the nose and exhaling gently through the mouth. Again, we inhale and exhale. One more time. we open our eyes and reach our arms to the sky, celebrating the day, wiggling the fingers, dropping the shoulders, and then gazing up at those wiggling fingers, reaching for the sky. And then let them come down. Let's start with some shoulder circles. Lift, drop them down the back, pull them around. One way and the other. And then let's just reach the whole arm out and make those circles that we include the shoulder and the arm. So we can hold the shoulder still and move just the fingertips in circle, or we can create the whole circle. And let's go back the other way, including the shoulders with our wings. Pull those back muscles together, and then hands on knees. Ooh, shake it out. Well done. Let's go ahead and get moving right away. Roll over our knees and come into all fours. Put your wrists under your shoulders, your knees under your hips. And let's start with spinal undulation. Crown of the head to the tip of the tail. We move the spine all directions. No need to look at the screen, just experiment with how much mobility you can find in that spinal column. Can you move every vertebrae, keeping that spine juicy? Joints stay juicy, so to speak, meaning really there is fluid in them, by moving them, by stimulating those joints. Let's then shift from reaching the hips back all the way to the heels. Walk your fingertips out a little further, and then shifting the hips back forward and letting them drop. So back and forth. Child pose to a little swan. You can add the feet in if that feels right, meaning the feet come up toward the bottom and your head and neck extend. Let's see what feels right for you. Moving the spine. Excellent. Come back to all fours. Let's then go back to child's pose, and we're gonna walk left hand forward and right hand under for a little twist. If you want to go deeper here, you can reach this left hand up and around to pull that shoulder back. Do what feels right to you. Where do you need more opening? And then we're going to reach right hand forward, left hand under, peeking under that arm, left palm faces up. And then back forward. Come back up one more time to all fours. Let's go ahead and reach that right foot back. Toes point down, and then sole of the foot up, and then let's push the foot toward the sky. Pulsing it up, 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 engaging that glute. And then let's pull that right knee to the nose, rounding the back, and just hold. Hold, hold, keep pulling it in. And then let's set that down. Left heel back, extend through that heel, bend the left knee, and then pulse the left foot to the sky as if you're making a footprint on the ceiling. And then pulling left knee to nose, holding it in, and we'll just squeeze, 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 squeeze. And then set it it down, wag the tail, left and right. And then let's go ahead and tuck those toes. Belly to thighs, tailbone up, heels initially are lifted all the way up. So you can really push into that long line, tailbone into the base of the palm and the base of the fingertips. And then we on the legs back. Bend and stretch. And then settle in to your downward dog. Shake out your head yes and no. Big stretch here at the back of the legs. And then we're going to walk our hands backwards and come into the forward fold at the back of the mat. Bending the legs. Let's wrap our arms around the back of the legs so you almost put your elbows behind the knees. Belly pulled firmly to the thighs. Crown of the head points down. And then again, lift and lower those hips gently. Feeling into these first stretches. Release the hands, lift the heart halfway, lift the chest, eyes gaze forward, back to forward fold, and then reverse swan dive all the way up, coming up all the way to the tippy toes. We reach up and heels down, prayer through the center, back to forward fold. Let's walk those hands out. This time we walk all the way out to plank. Heels up. Now let's shift forward and back. Forward and back. Doesn't have to be that far, just feeling the weight shift. And next time you're forward, elbows tuck in, hover, and then go ahead and land. Releasing the tops of your feet. Let's lift the crown of the head and come up for cobra and down. Look over the right shoulder for cobra and down. Over the left shoulder for cobra and down. One more time through the middle. And down. And then pushing up and back to child's pose. Rock your head back and forth, forehead on the mat. Shifting back forward through all fours, tuck the toes and come into plank. And back to down dog. This time we look up. On the inhale and exhale, walk, step, or jump to that spot. Inhale halfway, exhale forward fold. Inhale all the way up, tippy toes. Exhale back down, forward fold. Inhale halfway, exhale hands down, walk or step back to that plank, chaturanga. You decide, cobra or up dog, and back to our down dog. One more time, a regular sun salutation. Inhale, look up. Exhale, walk, step, or jump. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Forehead towards shins. Inhale, all the way up. Tippy toes, and down, and back to forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, back to plank. Lower down. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, down dog. Pedal it out. We reach right foot to the sky, bend the right knee, and open that hip. Stretch it out, really pushing firmly into the left leg. Back to the three-legged dog. Toes point down, heel reaches up. Then bring that right foot all the way through. Lower the left knee. Release the left top of the foot and come on up. Low lunge, hands above the head. Pointer fingers come together, other fingers interlace. Reach those hips forward, eyes gaze up, a little back bend. Then shift the weight back, and we're gonna bow over this right knee and touch the fingers in front of the right toe. And then come back up, a little back bend, and one more, bow down. And back up. And this time hands come down on either side of that right foot, and then we're gonna reach left hand up. Right hand up, left hand down for the twist. Really squeezing as tight as you can, thigh to belly. Eyes gaze forward or up. Hand back down. Tap the left toe. Stretch out that leg. Step back. Chaturanga. Lower down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left foot to the sky. Bend the left knee, let that hip open. Feel the stretch. Move back to three-legged dog, really stretching out through the heels, toes down. And then left foot to the top of the mat, lowering the right knee and the right top of foot. Low lunge. Hands come up, fingers interlace. Drop the hips forward and find your back bend. If that's too much, you can always keep the body aligned. You decide what feels right for your body. And then we shift hips back, bend over this left knee, bow down, and come back up, and bow down, and come back up, and drop the hands and find your twist. Left hand up, right hand on the earth. Spreading the arms wide, stacking the shoulders, feeling that nice stretch in the left hip. Drop the left hand, tuck the right toes, lift that back leg, feel that strength first, and then step left foot back to meet right. Feel the power of your arms as you lower down. Chaturanga, up dog, and down dog. Using your down dog as a place to rest and breathe. Letting everything go that you don't need. Another big breath, exhaling through the mouth. Well done. Inhale, look up between those thumbs. Exhale, walk, step, or jump to that spot. This time we lift all 10 toes and slide our hands underneath our feet. Toes touch wrists and bend the knees. Drop the head, elbows point out. Some people call this a gorilla stance, standing on our palms. Shift the weight forward into your toes, so that massage your wrists. And shift weight back to the heels, release the hands. Let's walk our feet all the way together, lower our hips, and then come up to chair pose. Legs squeezing together for this variation. Shift the weight back to our heels, lifting through the torso, and back to forward fold. Inhale halfway, exhale hands to the earth, walk or step back, lower down. Inhale up dog, and exhale down dog. Inhale, right foot to the sky. Inhale, right knee to right elbow. Back to three-legged dog. Right knee to the nose, three-legged plank. Right back to three-legged dog. Now right knee to left elbow, all the way to the outside, and then kick it out for a fallen triangle. Can always modify and put a knee down. Lift those hips. Place the hand back to three-legged dog. And then bring the right foot all the way up. Let's go ahead. I'm going to drop that left knee one more time and shift the hips back as we lift the right toe. Half splits. Reaching nose toward the knee. Get a nice stretch at the back of that leg. And then shift forward again. Kick the left leg back up and come up to high lunge. Lowering the hips and reaching the hands up. Let's cactus the arms. And then from here, we're gonna straighten the right leg and reach hands up. So we're gonna shift between two poses, here and then here. Cactus arm, high lunge, back to a balancing pose. It's like pyramid, but I'm balancing on my heel and my toe. So it's harder because we're on the ball of our back foot. So just once you realize what I'm doing, go ahead and experiment shifting between these two poses. It's really much more balancing. Certainly takes some strength. Just be playful. One more each direction. And then hands come down. Step back. Lower down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. So now we'll reach left foot to the sky. And then left knee, left elbow. Left foot to the sky, three-legged dog. Left knee to the nose, three-legged plank. Left foot to the sky. And then left knee outside our right arm and kick it out for fallen triangle. Right arm up. Reach those hips up, knowing you can always modify this. Back to three-legged dog. And then bring the left foot up between the hands, drop the right knee, and remember we first shift back and reach the left toes up. This is what we're going to be doing standing, this balancing on the heel. Right here we're just doing the stretch. Stretch, stretch, stretch over this leg. Then shifting the weight forward again into the foot. Lift that back leg. And then come on up for high lunge, hands up. So first, just settle in here. Lowering the hips, lifting through the crown and the fingertips. Then coming into cactus arms. Keep lifting with this back leg. And then we're gonna hands up, balancing on the heel, straighten the left leg, and then back down. Whew. Again, really find a focal point. And play with, that's also a little bit of a heel massage, along with the strengthening. Don't know how many we did last time, how many you did last time. But when you've had enough, meet me in high lunge, hands back up, and then hands back down, step back, lower down, belly all the way to earth. And then we're gonna reach. Let's reach left hand forward. And let's do cross body. So we're gonna bend the left knee and reach right hand back to grab that foot. And then push up into that. So the left arm and right foot are on the mat. And we're lifting through the hand and toe. Then switch, right hand extends. And left leg, bend the right foot or right knee, reach back and extend through that side. Whew. Set that side down. Release the feet. Let's rest the head on the stacked palms for a minute. Big exhale. Everything you don't need. Letting it go into the earth. Keep letting go and letting go. Now we're going to do a full version if you want. We bend both knees and we're going to reach both hands back and grab the tops of the feet, right hand to right foot, left hand to left, and then reaching up, lift through the heart, lift through the crown of the head, toes reach to the sky. Opening the heart. Lift a little higher, lower, hands come by ribs, and we release that lower back by finding ourselves in a wide child's pose, meaning the knees reach out toward the edges of the mat and the chest folds right between the legs. Again, releasing into the earth. One more big sigh. And then meet me in all fours. Put the knees back under the hips. Undulate that spine, much like we did at the very beginning of practice. Tuck your toes and meet me in downward dog. Noticing how this downward dog feels. Much different than the first downward dog, at least for me. Hope it is for you too. A little more spaciousness. Right foot to the sky. Bend the right knee. I'm going to give you the opportunity this time to stay right here or flip the dog. Coming into wild things, stretching out through that hand, lifting the heart. And then flipping back to the three-legged dog. And then coming up. This time we're coming up into warrior one, so we place that left heel intentionally down and lift through the heart. Hands up. Really pull the right hip back as you reach the left hip forward. Drop the hands behind the back and open the heart. Sink the hips a little lower and bow down. Knuckles to the sky. Come on back up. And let's do this. Lift that left heel and launch ourselves. I'm shifting so I stay in the picture. Into warrior three with bound hands. So we kick that left heel back. Knuckles to the sky. You're going to always change positioning by coming into airplane or hands back or hands over the head for this warrior three. Then step back again and reach the hands up. Place the heel down again back to our warrior one. From warrior one, let's straighten that right leg and come into pyramid. We played with half splits. You can use some blocks here on either side of your foot or reach your upper body over this right leg. Now from pyramid, let's go right into triangle. This right hand can touch the foot or that block still it's as if you're grabbing something and peeling this left shoulder up, pulling this elbow back, stacking the shoulders, stacking the hips. So this left hip pulls back, left shoulder pulls back, and then extend through the fingertips. For triangle. From triangle, as if you can grab a helium balloon with this left hand, we come up to what I call starfish, then back into that right knee, and you're going to find yourself in warrior two. Look out over that right middle finger, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze through the base. Meaning your legs are strong. Engaged. Cartwheeling the arms, kick the left heel up, step back, lower down. Chaturanga, and meet me in down dog. Pedal it out. Big forceful sigh. And then we'll reach left foot to the sky, bend the left knee, and you have the chance to flip the dog or go into wild thing. Hips reach up. So you can come into one-armed back bend-like pose, or that means both knees are bent, or wild thing, that right leg stays straight. Then flip back to three-legged dog, and then that left foot comes up. Right heel comes down, and we come up into warrior one. Hands up, hips down. Feeling the strength of these poses. Breathing into them. Hands drop behind the back. Open the heart. Pull that right hip forward, and then bow down into humble warrior. Crown of the head points toward the earth. Finger, back of the knuckles reach toward the sky. Come on back up to this warrior one. I'm going to shift my stance as I go into warrior three. Right foot up, knuckles to the sky. You pick which variation with the arms you want. And then step back. Hands reach up. And then let's straighten that left leg. Reach the hands forward as we come into pyramid over this left straight leg. Big stretch. Now your hands can be on blocks or the earth. Whichever way, move your left hand to the foot, the block, because we're going into triangle, and so this whole right side of the body peels up, stacking right hip over left, right shoulder over left shoulder, and lastly we reach those right fingertips up for triangle. As if you have that helium balloon, let it pull you up into starfish, and then bend into that left knee. to find yourself in Warrior Two. And once you're in Warrior Two, pull the heels together to really engage the base, the strength of that base. Arms spread wide, eyes gaze over left middle finger. Now from here, instead of cartwheeling down, we're going to straighten that left leg and turn the left toes so they're parallel with the right. So we're coming into wide angle. Turn to the long side of your mat, and we're going to do some wide angled forward folds. Let's do the one again. Since we've been opening the heart, we grab the hands behind the back, interlace the fingers, open the heart, and then bending at the hips. Knuckles to sky, crown of the head down, forward fold. Letting the arms be heavy over the head, opening those shoulders, opening those hips. Now a couple choices here. Drop the hands and either grab the outside of the feet, or for some of you, you might want to go ahead and practice your inversions, your headstands. Interlace your fingers, place the back of the crown of the head into the mat, shift forward, and then lift your feet up into a headstand. Forearms are parallel. The weight's really in the forearms, not the crown of the head. If you're playing with headstand, then let the legs turn into Y, flex the feet, drop them, and lift the heart. Whether you were holding outside your feet or doing a headstand, now walk your hands underneath your face and lift your heart. We're going to shift the weight to the left and pop the right toes up and reach the right hand up. If you want to bind this, you can, wrapping your arms around your left knee. Drop the hands, shift to the opposite side, left toe up. Again, arms spread wide, or bind. Drop the hands, come back to center. Let's heel toe the feet together and then come into a yogic squat. Lifting the crown of the head, dropping the hips, thumbs at chest. Letting the eyes close and coming back to our intention of letting everything go, composting it into the earth. That which we don't need, our negative thoughts, our sense of failure, our obsessive thoughts, our not enoughness, all of it, we can let that go. We are enough right here, right now in this moment. Open the eyes, drop the hips to the earth and kick out through the heels. Now we're in a seated wide angle pose, lifting through the crown of the head, toes point up. Place the hands in front of you and just slide them forward to where you feel a nice stretch. And once you get there, find some props to support you, or your arms. And then we're going to hold this position and rest into it. Staying longer, letting gravity pull you toward the earth. Letting those ligaments stretch, tendons. Sink a little deeper and then come on up. Reach your hands out over your toes. Shift your weight back. Maybe you need to bend the knees like me, and then see if you can grab those big toes. Lift the heart. Balancing on our tailbone, we look up. Opening the heart, long, strong back. And then if you can, go ahead and bring the feet together in front of the face. Dropping the shoulders, lifting the heart. Still balancing. And then place the feet down. I'm going to turn this way. Feet down, hands reach forward. And then slowly go back as far as you can, keeping this straight back and then up. So they can be little pulses and up. But we don't want to round. I want you to stay straight. So really the strengthening moves, better to be little pulses than round. And back up, and then let's tuck the hands under, squeeze it in, then lift the soles of the feet, reach the hands out, and straighten the legs if you can. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and give yourself a hug. Well done. Slide those feet forward. Lift the crown of the head, L-shaped again. Thumbs at the top of the thighs, slide them down past the knees, the shins. See how far they go, keeping that extension through the back. Experimenting, being interested. And then once you get there, then you can experiment with rounding your back and dropping your forehead. So you can just feel the difference. Just stretches different parts, strengthens different parts. You can always keep a little bend in your knees. Or put the bend back. Let's do 5 more breaths here in forward fold. Count your breaths. It's a way to stay focused. And then extend and come on back up. We're going to go ahead and come to our backs. Go ahead and rock side to side. Make some little circles. And massage that lower back. Cactus your arms, grab the outside of your mats, and then reach out through your heels for waterfall or legs up the wall. A few breaths here. Pushing the whole of your back into the mat. Continue to extend through the heels. And then reaching both hands up, we're going to reach up and touch the toes, both at the same time. You decide how many. And then if you want to switch it up, you can touch the outside ankle with opposite hand to engage the side body. Again, you decide how many. Doing a little strengthening, and when you've had enough, bend the knees and grab the top of both shins and pull them in. Bend and flex the ankles. And then let's place the heels down. Let's do something a little different. Place the right heel on the left knee. Let's place the hands on the earth. Arms extended, palms down. And then we're going to lift the hips and lower. So our legs are in a figure 4. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Really squeezing that buttocks. And then next time you're lifted, stay here. And hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set that down. Reach the right hand through that triangle you've created and grab the back of the leg or the top of the shin. And if you want to squeeze even more, you can lift your head. Give it one good squeeze. And then put the head down and hold on to open that hip even more. Now, before we go to the other side, release your hands, but then just slide that right leg to the left so that now our knees are stacked. Kind of like that eagle legs. And then see if you can grab your tops of your feet. Maybe give it a little rock there. So that's that stacked knees position. We sometimes do the seated. And another big hip opener. Letting go. Since we're all about letting go, we're doing these hip openers to release stuck emotions, things we've held on to. Let them go. Open up those hips. Let's go ahead and release the legs back to the waterfall legs. Heels reach up. And then feet come to the earth. This time left ankle on right knee. Arms extend. We first lift and lower, so hips up and down. Pushing firmly into that right foot. Hips up and down. Up and down, and then the next time, stay lifted for a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower, left hand through the triangle, grab the back of the leg or the top of the shin, lift the head, squeeze it really tight. And then head can go down. Both feet are flexed and we stay here. Feeling the stretch. Eyes can close. Bring attention to the breath. Staying present in this moment. And release the hands, slide the left leg over the right. Grab the top of the feet. Staying here in stacked knees. Getting even more stretch. release the hands, uncross the legs. Stretch out back to the legs up the wall, waterfall pose. Flex and point with the toes. Maybe some ankle circles. And then right into a happy baby. And so we often wiggle and stretch here in happy baby. Let's do something a little different and hold this, really pulling the feet, pulling the knees back to the sides of the body. And let's see what it feels like to hold this in stillness. We did a lot of stretching at the back of the legs. And release. And then we're gonna go ahead and spread the arms wide. We'll find a twist. Knees fall to the right. A simple twist, or if you want to go back to the stacked knees or eagle legs, you can. If you want a bigger twist, you decide. Eyes gaze left. So many variations. You pick the twist that feels right for these final poses. And switch sides. A little wiggle in the middle if that feels right. And again, you decide eagle legs or simple stacked knees. As the knees go to the left, eyes gaze to the right and close. Untwist. And let's give ourselves one final hug before we go into Shavasana. Lift our head, wrap our arms around our shins, squeeze tight, give ourselves some love, a hug, a kiss on the knee, a little smile on our lips. Nice job. Celebrate yourself. And then stretch out all the way into Shavasana. Heels come off the mat, arms come off the mat. Palms face up. And all the extremities relax. You can even actively lift and flop them to really accentuate the relaxation of the muscle. Some people like to squeeze and release, again, to remind you of the contrast of what relaxation feels like inside the body. Noticing the back body settling into the mat. I'll read the poem again, and then we'll settle in for some Shavasana. What I've left behind. There are many ways to leave behind my obsession with failure and that powerless sense of why even try. I can consciously release them as if tossing the ashes of the past into a swiftly moving stream. I can let them drop through a hole in my pocket, never to be found again. I can thank them for whatever safety they provided when I was very young, and let them fly like a dove toward the sunrise. I can read the litany of my failures one last time and burn the page, flames carrying away every should've, every regret and excuse. I can dig a deep hole and place failure, not enoughness and despair inside. I can shovel dirt to cover them and plant irises, a whole garden nurtured by what I've left behind. And from this place of deep relaxation, go ahead and bring one hand to the heart and one hand to the belly as we begin to become aware of our breath again. That steady rise and fall. Recognizing this unique human beneath your palms. No one before or ever after like this body, this soul, this humanity. Celebrate that. You're here to share exactly who you are. Just as you are. No need to change. Loving this body. We then stretch our hands over our head in that pencil-like shape, stretching out through the fingertips and the toes. Wiggle and then roll to the right side. We rest here on the right side, pausing to breathe in things we are grateful for, that we're thankful for. Sometimes those are the challenges that have made us stronger, the experiences that have made us who we are and shaped us. And sometimes it's all the blessings that so easily come to mind. And when you're ready, push yourself up into that seated position, this time with our hands at our heart. We'll end this practice like we began with those 3 breaths. This time on the exhale, I invite you to make some noise, and ooh, and oh, and om. Whatever wants to come out. You're at home. Make it count. We inhale and we exhale. 2 more times. Last one. that light, that spirit in me, that soul in me, that spark of divinity, honors that in every single one of you. I'm so glad you show up for your practice. Namaste. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.